What's up, YouTube people, slobbies, whoever's there? Freshly showered Bradley here to prove that YouTubers actually do shower every once in a while. Very important. Here to talk about guitars, specifically budget guitars, because I like budget guitars. I like cheap stuff. Cheap stuff is fun. I think everyone can relate because it's affordable. There's nothing wrong with having something that's affordable. It's really great, honestly. Especially guitars, because the guitar market is pretty absurd 90% of the time. Especially nowadays, because yeah, guitar market, more and more, especially beginner guitarists, you know, getting into it all, they're like, wow, it costs a lot of money to buy a guitar, which yes, it very much can. And is it worth it? Sometimes, I guess, depending on what you're trying to go for, I guess. But specifically when they're going in and they're saying, you know, I want to buy my first electric guitar, what do I buy? And you don't know what to spend, 200 or 500 or 700, and it gets a little wonky, you know. I want to talk about this guitar today because I thought it was a really cool representation that you can spend under $200 on a guitar and get an absolute banger. This is a Fesley, I don't remember the model numbers and stuff. It's no shade at the company. I don't remember guitar model names. I just know the brand names, basically. If there's numbers and stuff, I don't know it. I'll put it on screen. More work for you, editor Bradley. Haha. It's pink. It's really cool and really pink. I also do want to preface this by saying Fesley's not giving me money to say this. They sent me this guitar. But all my opinions are absolutely mine. They can't pay me to say anything. No company can. And I'm going to be very transparent and honest throughout this video. So let's get started, you know, with like the pros and cons of this thing. Off the bat, we'll start with the pros. First thing, the finish. It's not a stupid, boring sunburst finish. Sunburst isn't stupid or boring. It's just everybody does it. I'm not the biggest fan of sunburst. They do have these unsunburst colors. I'm just not a big sunburst guy because everybody has sunburst. So, you know what I said? I want the pink because it's the prettiest one. It's such a beautiful color. It's really nice. They also have like a really cool blue color. It's like a pastel blue. So if you like bright colors, I totally recommend it for this thing. It's got a cool layout. It has a humbucker in the bridge, not a 3 single coil layout, which big pro in my eyes because humbuckers are really nice. You got your standard 5-way, you know. Oh, I missed it. Switch up, 3 knobs, look at that. And you have a really, really nice neck. No fret spread at all. No fret spread at all, look at that. Whoop. Very smooth, very nice. One thing that's really cool, this guitar is under $200, and you get a really cool inspection card. Hopefully you can see that. But you can actually see that somebody in the factory, or wherever, yeah, I would assume a factory, because that's where guitars come from, sat down and took the time to set this guitar up so then when you pull it out of the box you can actually play it and it doesn't buzz a ton or anything stupid, because most beginner guitars, when you get them, they will have horrible intonation or horrible action or just a whole bunch of random wacky stuff, because there's a lot of guitars in this price range. This guitar is $160. $160, you get this guitar, you get a really pretty gig bag. It's right next to me. Look at it. It's cool. It's really cool. So the fact that, you know, you can actually see the proof that you're getting a good playable guitar off the bat, that's so nice. I hate setting up stuff because I'm very impatient. I just want to play, you know. It's basic as that. So cool black tuners. I don't know what kind of tuners they are. They're black. They look really cool. You will see one of the strings is hanging off because I broke a string. That's the only con I have about this instrument. The first night I got it, I broke a string. But guess what? That's not on the instrument, it's on me. I was just bending a ton and really, really tearing up this thing. I really abuse my guitars. Not like I purposely try and break them or anything, but I play really hard, I strum hard, I play hard. It's just how I do it. And so breaking strings, it's part of the game. But I was able to restring this thing really fast in like a minute, so go me for restringing. I genuinely don't see any cons with this thing, especially for the price range. It also comes with the tremolo bar. I personally haven't put it in because I just don't use vibrato bars that much. Not my thing. But yeah, I mean, I genuinely cannot find any cons or anything, and I think it feels really, really, really great. For it being $160, it doesn't feel like a $160 guitar. It kind of feels like double its worth. I've played guitars in this price range, and they feel nothing like this. The necks are usually a little wonky, and the frets, that's mainly where it's at. Pickups sound really good on this thing, too. Yeah, I guess the only con would just be single coils. I'm not a big single coil fan. That's just me. But it gets the Strat tone, so that's a big plus. Because I like the Strat tone. I admire it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. I just don't use it a lot personally. That's me. Like I don't really like middle pickups because when I pick, my picking is right there. So, but again, that's not on the guitar. That is on me. So there's no legitimate cons to this guitar. It's just preference. Even with the preferences aside, I've played this thing a lot. It's become my number one practice guitar. If I just want to sit down and just play, just sit there, practice my little scales or whatever, I just pick up this thing because it's really fun and it feels really, really good. The neck isn't overly fat or anything stupid, so I can sit there and just stretch. Ignore my horrible playing. People might ask why I keep the tags on. I think it's fun. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep the tags on because it's cool. So, it's a testament to how cool this guitar is. You just keep the tags on it. You also get a little chord chart thing, so. Yeah. Would I recommend this guitar to beginners? Absolutely. Absolutely so. This is my favorite budget guitar I've ever played. And I mean that seriously. Really, really impressed me. Really, really impressed me. Especially since it's $160. Even I questioned the legitimacy of it at first because it's $160. It's not a lot for a guitar. So the first night I had it, I put it through a lot. I think most guitars in this price range would have split in half with the things I did to this thing, but it's held up really well. I've had this for like a week and a half now, I think. So also nice voice crack, by the way. Even with the week and a half that I've had it, I've had a really good time with it. I've had no issues with it. I broke a string, but everybody does that on $5,000 guitars. So tuning stability holds really well too. Shout out to that. Thank you for having instruments that don't go out of tune, Fesley. I really appreciate it because I hate tuning. So saving my life. But yeah, I think this is a really excellent guitar to consider buying because the fact that you're gonna get a guitar and a gig bag and a cool little tremolo, all that, and say you're getting your kid or someone a guitar or whatever for Christmas or their birthday or whatever, and you set a budget for like $200. You spend $160 on this, and you still have money for an amp, which is really cool. And there's great amps for low prices. I don't know what there is because I don't know the amp market too well. But there's probably some really good Boss amps or Fender amps or whatever. But put them on this thing because they're gonna get a guitar that's all set up. You don't have to take it to Guitar Center and get it butchered. At this price range, there are so many competitors in the budget guitar market. It's the most competitive market because it's the most accessible. And I'm telling you that Fesley is dominating, and if Fesley continues to do this, they're only going to get bigger. So hop on the brand right now while their prices are good. I'm not saying that their prices are just going to like skyrocket or anything, which I think is really cool too. The fact that this thing really plays like double its worth, and it's again $160. That's a big plus. So yeah. I guess now I'll do like a little sound demo thing to finish off the video. You don't have to hear my voice anymore. Final thoughts. Thank you, Fesley, for making awesome guitars. I love this thing.